Hello everyone, my name is Kanchan. Today I am giving you overview of ABC call volume trend analysis. So let's start with project description. In many companies including insurance company, customer service play an important role in its growth. A good customer service foster customer retention, build positive brand reputation and provide valuable insight for product and service enhancement. So by delivering exceptional customer experience, company can differentiate themselves in the market. In this project, I focus on analyzing dataset from the inbound calling team of an insurance company over 23 days. It includes detail like agent information, queue time, call duration, and call status. The goal is to derive insight to improve customer experience by identifying patterns, trends, and areas for improvement in call handling procedure. As a data analyst, I am using my analytical skill to understand the trends in the call volume of the customer experience team and derive valuable insight from it. The text check I used for this project, MS Excel for the analysis process and PowerPoint for the presentation. Approach that I follow for this project, the in the first step is the data understanding. So in data understanding, I first comprehend the structure and context of the data. After that, the next step is data cleaning. In data cleaning, I identify and rectifying errors and inconsistency and handling the missing values. After data cleaning process, the next step is analysis. So for I in this analysis, I perform various analysis to derive insight, and after that, I visualize them in charts and graphs. So first understanding data. So the data that I haven't provided, there are total around 1,17,000 rows and 13 columns, and there is no duplicate rows. There is also one column having null value that is wrapped by, and there is around 47,000 null values. And there is also two columns, name and agent ID having inconsistent data, means there is an element of NA which I further modify for the further analysis. In the data cleaning, first I deal with the missing value in the wrapped by. So as you can see here that there are around 47,000 null values. So I replace missing value with abandoned call where the call status is labeled as abandoned, and while for remaining I populate the missing value with the mode of wrapped by. I will show better on the Excel sheet, so I move my Excel sheet. This is my raw data. You can see there are some NA values in the agent name and agent ID. Similarly, there are some null values in the wrapped by. So when there is a null values and the corresponding value in the call status is abandoned, I fill with call abandoned, and where there is a no abandoned, I fill with the mode that comes to agent. Similarly, if I deal with the NA value, so if I select the only NA values from here, what I found that the all the where NA is present, their corresponding call status is abandoned. So it is quite obvious that when the call is not received, so there is no agent can be there. So it is quite logical. So therefore, I replace the all the NA value with the abandoned call. You can see here that I will replace all the NA value with the abandoned call. So before moving to analysis process, there are some assumptions that I have to be taken. The working days of the each agent is 6 days per week and 4 leaves per month are unplanned leaves. And the total working hour per day is 9 hours, out of 1.5 hours goes in lunch and snack. So the actual working hours comes to 7.5 hours, and out of that 60% of the time agent have spent on the with customer on calling, so that comes to 4.5 hours. Now move to analysis process. So in the first task I have to calculate the average call time for the answered call. So for this I simply make a pivot table and I insert time bucket in the rows and call call status in the filter and the call second time duration in the value, and here I select the average. So if you can see here in the graph, there is no huge difference in the different time slot, or almost all the times the average call time is same. It means that customer query have solved within the time, and agents doing call very efficiently. The next task is to calculate the total number of calls received in different time slots. So again here I use the pivot table, and from the pivot table I make a chart, bar graph chart. So in the graph you can see that the most number of calls are come between the 10 a.m. in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. So there is a maximum of the calls come in that time slot. So the company has to make sure that there are enough agents available at that time in order to reduce the abundance call rate. The next task is to calculate the manpower in day planning. So by the company I have given the information that at present they are 30% of call abandon rate, which comes to I calculate so 29 almost 30%. And for further calculation I have to make the some calculation, as this information already provided by the company, that the working hour and the lunch time and actual work time. So here the total work time that agent spent on with the customer on call. So this is the 4.5 hours. So if I convert 4.5 hours into second, so it comes to 16,200. And if I calculate the average call time per agent, so it comes to 199, which I already calculated in the first task. Here is 199, the average. So if I divide 16,200 by the 199, so which I come to 81. It means that our customers can handle 81 calls in a day, and similarly if I divide 81 by 4.5, that is their actual working time on calls, so that comes to 18. It means that an agent can handle 18 calls per hour. So this will use I for the further analysis. So here you can see that the total number of calls. So this is for the in aggregate 23 days, and here is the per day value. So here you can see that there are different time slot and their corresponding number of calls. They are abandoned call and they are answered call, and this is the total. So if I have to calculate per day call, I simply divide this by 23, so I get a per day. So here are the per day abandoned call and similarly per day answered call and total. And here I calculate the percentage of abandoned call. And the company wants to improve its abandon rate and reduce the company wants to improve the call volume and reduce abandon rate from 30% to 10%. So for this, in order to reduce abandon rate to 10%, company has to achieve a 90% of the call volume. So I calculate the how much calls agent must receive in order to reduce the abandon rate. So this comes to this. So for this I simply multiply this value by 90%. So this comes to this. If I see the graph, you can see that the most number of fall abundance are falling between the 9 to 12, and again in the evening 8 to 9 p.m. So there are certain reasons for that. Uh, Maybe it is possible that the company have the meetings at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, or maybe the other reason that the agent occupied with some other task. So whatever the reason, the company should look into this matter and try to resolve this in order to reduce the abandon rate. If the company have the meetings at that time, they can shift to other time which have a very less call volume, or if the agent occupied with some other task, the company can reschedule their task, or if needed they can employ more agents. So the next task is uh, to calculate, here I calculate the manpower for the daytime, and in this task I calculate the manpower for the night shift. So as the company provided the information that at present there is no agent available in the night shift, so company can employ agents in the night shift also, or can shift the or can change the shift of the some agents to the night shift. So as the company provides some information that out of total call received throughout the day, 30% of the call received in the night time, that comes to 1372. So this is the same data that I haven't calculated here. So if I calculate 30% of this total, so I come with the 1372. And there is a distribution of all the 30 calls that in the different time slots. If I calculate in percentage, I simply calculate the 3. I mean, what is the value of 3 out of 32? It comes to 10%. Similarly, I calculate all the percentage and then calculate the number of call on the basis of this percentage. And here I take one assumption that the working hours should be the same whether agent work in the day shift or either work in the night shift. The working hours of the agent should be same. That is the total working hours are 9, and time spent on the lunch is 1.5. So if a agent have a night shift, so instead of lunch he spend time on the dinner, and similarly so the total working hours comes to 4.5 for the call purpose. So if I divide by the 18, it comes to these. So these are the numbers, that the number of agent required for the call taking purpose. In the graph, the same representation of in the graph, the number of agents required in the different time slots. So this is the only for night shift. If I calculate the manpower for the whole day, so this is the whole day starting from 9 a.m. and ends with the 9 a.m. and 9 to 9 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. So here is the graph that describes the number of agents required in different time slots. So in the graph you can see that the maximum number of agents required in the time slot of 10 in the morning to 1 p.m. and after that, as the day increases, you can see that the number of agent required is decreasing. But from the 5 in the evening, then again it's coming up. So this is the same graph that I haven't shown in the Excel sheet. I have, I think I have missing some important. So this is the red line represent the number of agents presently available, and while the green line shows that the number of agents are required in order to reduce the abandon rate to 10%. So you can see that there almost the at present the number of agents are less in almost all the time slots, only except from 3 to 6 p.m. So there are some insights that I've derived from the this project. The average time duration of a call is 199 seconds, and an agent on average can handle 81 calls per day and the 18 calls per hour. And the consistent average of call duration across all the time pockets suggests stable operation, uniform service quality, efficient call handling, and consistent customer behavior pattern. The maximum number of agents required in the morning hours from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the least number of agents required in the night hours that comes to 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. At present, the no agents are available during the night shift. Therefore, the company should either employ more agents for the night shift or consider changing the shift of some employees. The conclusion for this project. In this project has I aided with the understanding the importance of data analytics in customer experience analysis by providing valuable insight necessary for data-driven decision making. Through this project, I gained insight into several aspects including call abandon rate, call duration distribution, call volume, agent allocation, and strategies for devising workforce plan aimed at reducing the abandoned call. So that's all from my presentation. Thank you.